John and gentlemen of the food and drink sector, agencies and bodies working closely with food and drinks and businesses and colleagues on the island of food, thank you for the invitation to speak at the third Food and Drink Business Conference. This is, and I've had some opportunity as well because I arrived earlier, an immense gathering of food industry professionals on the island of Ireland. Over 1,000 food and drink companies are here, both established companies and newer ventures. On the drink side alone, some 40 distillery and 96 craft brewing companies are here to do business. Whilst I saw them, I didn't participate or partake in any of the products yet. With food processors, retailers and food service operators talking business, Brexit and innovation, it truly is everyone to the table. The development agencies attending and speaking today are here to support companies in identifying routes to market, market-led innovation and new product development. Universities are here to do work with food businesses, and company leaders are very publicly sharing their experience and adding value, scaling businesses and creating jobs. In the present times, this building of relationships or co-option is more important than ever. The food and drink industry exports a great variety of products: dairy and ingredients, meat, prepared consumer foods, beverages, horticulture and seafood, and premium alcoholic beverages. Foodwise 2025, which is the Department of Agriculture, Food and the Marine's overarching policy designed by the industry for the industry, has identified huge potential for growth in exporting markets, particularly in Southeast Asia, Africa and in the Gulf region. I, in fact, returned last night at 2 o'clock in the morning from 8 days, 7 flights, 5 cities across Southeast Asia, Singapore, mainland China, Vietnam, Korea. And the opportunities that are out there for businesses that are focused on exports are enormous. Just one figure actually jumped off the pages at me in the context of the Chinese market. It's a 700 billion euro market in terms of retail food outlets in mainland China, expected to grow to 1,000 billion by 2020. We have at the moment something north of 640 million euros of exports there. In a very short period of time, in fact, it has become the second biggest market opportunity for us in terms of both pork and dairy exports, with a significant increase in recent years of exports of infant formula. So the potential for new market opportunities, particularly for companies export-orientated, is very, very significant. And I do very much appreciate that a lot of the SME sectors, are more focused on indigenous. But I think we have a reputation as a food island, and our commitment to high quality, safe, sustainably produced food is our calling card. And whether you're focused on the domestic market or the export market, I think collectively we share that responsibility to keep the quality and standards and the sustainability of our product as our key calling card, because they're the markets that we want to be in, they're the markets where we get a premium return in. Our efforts in the coming years will focus on retaining valuable business in the European Union and in the United Kingdom, and I think that's important in the context of Brexit, and on identifying new market opportunities. In that context, new trade missions are likely to focus on North Africa and the Gulf region, as well as Asia. And they will build on relationships to identify new business opportunities and heighten awareness of Ireland as a source of, as I said, safe, sustainably produced, high-quality, traceable food. Today's conference is timely given, I suppose, the backdrop of Brexit and the challenge presented to us by their decision to vote to leave the European Union. Food and drink businesses, which came through the economic downturn of the last 6 years, now face considerable different challenges in the context of that decision to Brexit. And, in the context of the beef industry, for example, it's our single biggest and most valuable market, worth in excess of €1 billion every year. It's our single biggest market as well for dairy export, worth just less than €1 billion. In total, we do cumulatively in the agri-food sector business with the United Kingdom in excess of €5 billion. They, mind you, export also to us something in the region of 3.8 billion. So we have a mutual interest in maintaining that trading relationship. And as a government, what we have been preoccupied with since the decision to exit is creating an awareness of our unique position with regard to our trading relationship with the United Kingdom within the European Union, and ensuring as they prosecute their exit from the European Union that there is a clear understanding of our particular dependence on this market. Some would say that it's an excessive level of dependence, and my department is continuously working on accessing new markets. But it is the closest market to us, it's the one that we can access at the most cost efficient, and it is a similar market to our own domestic market. And the clear message from government is that we are not surrendering market space in respect of the United Kingdom. We are creating the awareness so that in the context of the Brexit negotiations, the United Kingdom will remain a member for the next 2 years at least, but in the context of the negotiations, that there is a clear understanding of our position. And I've been working within the Council of Agriculture Ministers to create that awareness. I know across government, the Taoiseach has been meeting his counterparts across Europe, and my colleague, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, has also been networking, creating that awareness. The importance of these negotiations for Ireland is signalled, as I said, by the value of those exports. Within my own department, we've set up a specific unit to deal with the post-Brexit situation, scoping out the scale of the issues. They're myriad across the agri-food and seafood sector. The north-south dimension is a very critical one. We have a lot of industries that process product across the border in Northern Ireland. We have also, of course, the non-agri-food related issues in terms of free movement of people, etc. We have the issue of veterinary certification. And I know that the agencies, and I see Tara McCarthy here, CEO of BIM, we've asked the agencies, including Bord Bia, to work with their client companies to ensure that we manage to navigate the difficulties. The most immediate one, which has manifested itself, has been in the area of currency fluctuations. And I noted, in fact, today, as I checked a couple of minutes ago, we're in a situation today where the exchange rate is, in fact, very similar to what it was pre-Brexit decision. But look, this is a situation that is constantly evolving, and I suppose the assurance that I want to give is that my department is conscious of the issues posed, particularly for the agri-food sector, and specifically, I suppose, in the context of those putting their toe in the market for exports, aware of the fact that this is our closest market and that there will be need for a lot of assistance and hand-holding in respect of the agencies. And I know that BIM, Bord Bia, Enterprise Ireland are very conscious of that and are working with their client companies. Adding value where possible in terms of the type of products sold and how they are produced remains a key part of our overall strategy, Foodwise 2025. And it contains detailed recommendations in this regard at farm level, at food industry level, together with sustainability, efficiency and innovation assistance. Product reformulation and innovation have been identified by the food industry as business and growth opportunities as well as challenges. New taste and health agendas are emerging. Consumers are also seeking sophisticated, time-saving food solutions that retain health and nutritional benefits. The food and drink industry has shown leadership in this area, and my department will continue to support and invest in research and development. Interestingly, I was earlier today in Mitchelstown. The Irish Dairy Board, or NUA, now is under its new branding, and Dairygold, one of the leading Irish cooperatives, have come together in a collaborative effort to develop a new research and innovation, new product development centre, and a very clear focus on customer needs, changing taste habits, and being ahead of the curve in that area. And I think it's that kind of commitment to research and innovation, tracking consumer trends, is what's going to be the key to success in the future for the Irish agri-food industry. Being a small, open, trading economy, and remember, we are an island of less than 5 million, but we have an ambition to be an island that can feed up to 50 million. So we have to have a commitment to the highest standards of production. 90% of what we produce presently has to get off the island. Our systems, therefore, of food safety, traceability, are on show in over 170 markets and 170 countries around the globe. And it is those individual client companies and their commitment to excellence and their commitment to the Board Bia developed Origin Green, which is our badge of sustainability, is what is our calling cards in terms of opening and retaining and building on those markets for the future. As a country, as I said, we export the overwhelming majority of what we produce. Our future is in a commitment to high quality, sustainable products. I'm delighted to be here, John. It has been, a very informative opportunity to walk the number of exhibitions that you have and trade stands that you have, and to talk to people who are in the business, who are facing the challenges of the marketplace every day. And from my point of view, that's always very welcome to get that, practical coal-face insight. Because that's an opportunity to feed back and to formulate policies appropriate to it. So I'm delighted to the invitation to be here, and I wish you and all your client companies and all those who've been exhibiting here all the best for the future. And congratulations to each of the participants in the competition. I think it might be a bit cliched, but whereas there may be only one winner, I think every one of them in their own way is a winner. So thank you very much for the invitation.